Hello everyone! I'm making a video and it's not going to be a funny video, so serious faces on. It's going to be a bit rambly and it's going to be about politics, so if you're not interested in that, you might as well go away. In Jersey, we are lucky to have our personal freedoms comparatively. Compared to the rest of the world, we're high up there on the chart of free places. We're free to believe whatever we want, to say what we want, to think what we like, to be attracted to whoever we want, to wear what we want, and a lot of other little personal freedoms that we enjoy here in Jersey. One of them, though, I honestly believe is a little under threat, and we need to talk about it. Recently, a lady called Natalie Strecker, who is the face of the Jersey Palestine Solidarity Campaign, has been arrested for terrorism. You might be wondering, as I was until I looked up into it a little bit, how has that gone about? How has a lady in Jersey been arrested? A lady in Jersey who is a pacifist and a human rights campaigner being arrested for terrorism? Well, this is what happened. She was on Twitter. I'm not calling it X. She was on Twitter and she wrote something that could be construed as support for Hamas, the military group within Palestine, and someone complained about her opinions, and she was subsequently arrested for terrorism. Now, I feel that sort of toes the line of the kind of totalitarianism that we don't need here in Jersey, and I'm going to explain why. So, first of all, how did Jersey become so free? Well, that's easily answered by talking about the countries that aren't free. Let's talk about, for example, one of the more oppressive governments like Afghanistan, where any dissenting voices, any new ideas are quickly snuffed out because they're like, no, that challenges our rule and our ideas. And they don't want that. And they see that as correct, and that's, again, not going to get into it. Do what you like. Not Jersey, not my problem. But how Jersey overcome that kind of thing is they allowed everyone, even the most mental people, to have a say. Just voice their opinion, right? And no one was going to be prosecuted or called a terrorist for having an opinion that is goes against the grain. And here's the good example of that. Just over 100 years ago, no women had the vote in Jersey. You could not vote if you were a woman. You could not have a say on who was elected. And, that's crazy. But at the time, it wasn't crazy. That was the status quo. That was it, right? And when the first person to ever say, hold on, let's give women a vote as well, would have been the crazy one in the room. They would have been considered extreme. And what happens is, when you allow everyone to say whatever they want, common sense will prevail. So if someone says something absolutely mental, and it really is just mental, let's make a toad the king of Jersey. Okay, that's not going to catch on. As interesting as that sounds, it's not going to catch on. But if someone says something that sounds crazy, but isn't crazy, like giving the vote to women, eventually other people will go, oh, actually, yeah, that's kind of like a good idea. They should have a say as well. Why not? And we get to the point where something that sounded mental and could have been snuffed out has now made society better. Now, I'm not saying what Natalie's saying here is correct or not correct, but again, give everyone a voice and let them say it, even if it's really offensive, because eventually the right thing will come about. We hope, right? We hope so. Another good example is slavery. There was a time, and throughout all of human history, up to a point not that long ago, slavery was just normal. It was just a thing that happened. And the ruling people, the people in charge, the rich people, would have benefited from that the most. So when someone come along and said, hey, treating people like property isn't on and we should stop that, the the people in charge would have said, "What are you talking about? We've never had it so good. Why would we change this?" And that's a hard argument. Imagine being the first person ever to say, "Hold on, is this right?" You would have been considered the crazy one with extreme opinions. And then over time, over a lot of time, that is now, you'd be hard pressed to find someone who would argue that having slaves is a good thing and them not to be utterly mental. And that's how it works. That's how you become free. You allow people to express their opinions, even the offensive opinions that you don't agree with. And if it has any merit at all, it will bubble to the surface. And if you want to stay in the Stone Age, you snuff out new ideas like they do in some other countries. So to conclude, because it's rapidly getting darker and I'm now lit by a salt lamp and my iPad screen. So what I'm saying is Jersey is at a crossroads. In fact, the whole Western world is. We're at a bit of a crossroads because we are arresting people for saying things that are offensive, or things that we don't agree with, or things that we don't like, or protesting against things or for things. That's a slippery slope that I don't think we want to get on. Let people say what they believe, even if it's offending people, even if it's really silly. And the good ideas will bubble to the surface, and the bad ones won't. It's simple as that. But if you start controlling people's thoughts and people's actions, and snuffing out new ideas, you're going to end up. Everyone's going to end up in a worse situation. So yeah, free Natalie, I guess.